Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the Black and Gold Standard Podcast. This is your host, Kirby Harrison. And today we're going to move over to the defensive side. We did a review of the offensive side of the ball. Now we're going to go over to the defensive side of the ball. So I think today we're going to start off with the cornerback position, which I think might be the weakest um, position on the team right now. As far now, I won't say the team, but on the defense, and just not really to say that the position is weak, but I think it's probably the one spot that needed the most upgrade on the defense. So I mean, obviously, we'll start off with Joey Porter Jr., which had a great rookie season. So I expect to see some, more improvement from him. Last year, he took on a challenge of being that number one corner. Um, didn't step down for nobody. He checked all of the top dogs and really held his own. So I could see him, improving. I mean, one of the things that he definitely got to improve on, and that's his tackling. And that's probably, to me, tackling is just a want, something that you want to do. So I think he has to get a little bit more aggressive on that. Um, and just keep learning the little tricks and stuff and really become that shutdown corner. But no complaints about how he played last year, especially as a rookie. I thought it was smart how they brought him on. They just didn't just throw him out there. They kind of eased him on in there, and by the end of the year, he was playing like a number one corner. So from that standpoint, you know, the Steelers got a good one there. On the other side, they made the trade for Dante Jackson, which is he's a solid guy. He's just kind of rounding back off that Achilles injury. He played okay last year. So now he's a year out from that. So hopefully he can, kind of bounce back. But the one thing that I do like that he brings, he's going to bring speed, and this is something the secondary need. I mean, he has like world class speed. I mean, this guy can fly. So I guess right now you would say he's the number two. And right now that again, like I say, no complaints about that. I'm quite sure he's going to have to battle with some guys because I do expect the Steelers to draft a corner pretty high. So that that'll bring in some more competition. You have Corey Trace is going to come back off the ACL. The only concern about him, I want to say that's his second ACL, so he's going to have to kind of shake off that label of being a little injury prone. But he's another guy that got big size. And it seemed like the Steelers like those big corners. That's the only thing about Jackson. He's really size wise, he's not really that big, but like I say, he brings the speed to the table. So that's a good thing. So I figured, the Steelers, like I said, they're probably going to draft another guy that'll bring in some competition for that number two spot. Me personally, I would not, if they can do it. And from his interviews that he did, Patrick Peterson, he said he was open to coming back and actually playing that reduced role. I guess they could make the money work. He wouldn't cost a lot, but I just think just not so much of him playing. I mean, he will play a little bit, but just the experience and I think he really was a big influence on Porter. So I just think he could bring a lot of that, to some of these young guys, and also, I think he could get out there and spell here and there. It's just the speed is, and it was kind of sad to see because it seemed like his mind and his eyes were telling him, what he need to be doing, but it just seemed like he just didn't have the speed to make it happen. So and then it kind of worked out for him a little bit, moving him to the safety, but granted, that was his first time playing that, so that was a learning curve for him. So maybe he can bring some depth back of playing safety, where he's kind of facing the quarterback instead of kind of running with guys. But again, even with him, his tackling was kind of suspect, in the safety position. So, they just have some things they have to work out. But like I say, the corners, you're gonna have some young guys. Um, Porter is definitely his arrow is definitely pointing up. That I mean, he can be a top corner in this league. Like I say, I would like to see his tackling get a little better. I mean, for a guy his size, he should be able to tackle a little better than that. Just my opinion. But like I say, you got Corey Trice, but again, it's just the injuries. Can he? Is this it? Is this the final little injury that's gonna bite him? And now he can get out here and play some ball because, like I say, he has the size. He's a big body, and like I said, I think the Steelers kind of, they that's what they like now. They want those big corners, and like I say, you got Jackson that's going to bring you some speed. Just depending on who they gonna bring in as a draft pick. I mean, I could actually see the Steelers probably drafting a guy, um, either second round or third round. I think they're gonna get a corner fairly high. Um, it's pretty much not out there free agent, wise. So yeah, I think they'll turn to the draft on that. So this is a kind of a position of concern a little bit right now, but I think they do have some good pieces. And if they had to line up today, I think it would definitely be Porter and probably Jackson on the other side. So that, like I said, that's not a bad combination, but we'll just have to see, in what direction they go as far, in the draft. Other than that, I mean, like I say, this position is arrows kind of going up, but it is a position of concern. Um, so we'll see, how this go. And for right now, that is it. And we will talk about the safeties next, and and that'll knock the secondary out. And I'll see you next time. All right, bye bye.